Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Dead Cells.
Overwhelmingly positive reviews should lock your attention even if you don't like pixel art graphics. And this game can stand strong behind the name of the style, it's true art. The game is really beautiful, just like you, my friend, but graphics are just one side of the coin. People on Steam are saying that this roguelite Metroidvania is probably the best game of the genre. Along with the graphics, you will get great music and gameplay more addictive than potato salad. People are also joking that here using the machete and pistol weapon is the closest thing we'll ever get to Bloodborne on PC. And speaking about platforms, it should be an amazing experience on Steam Deck. You can also acquire it on Switch, but we all know that Nintendo is not very fond of discounts, so the Steam version it is. The Quarry. I would say that this is a usual slasher movie, except this time it's a game, where all the stupid decisions of the protagonist are made by you. So here you'll be in charge of a band of teenagers who decided to go to a distant quarry and celebrate, something. And things quickly took a turn for the worse. Hunted by blood-drenched locals and something far more sinister, your plans unravel into an unpredictable night of horror. Friendly banter and flirtations give way to life or death decisions, as relationships build or break under the strain of unimaginable choices, made by you by the way. You will play as each of 9 characters in a thrilling cinematic tale, where every decision shapes your unique story from a tangled web of possibilities. Any character can be the star of the show or die before daylight comes, and it's all your fault. Honestly, this game is better played in the company of friends, or with your loving mother-in-law, so you could laugh and be scared together. House of the Dying Sun. This is a tactical space shooter that puts you in the cockpit of the Empire's most deadly interceptor and in command of the Harbinger fleet. You will hunt down the enemies of your dying empire and upgrade your warships with new weapons and abilities earned during your campaign of terror. Well, it seems that you are a bad guy here. Anyway, gamers are praising amazing sound design, exciting combat and great visuals. The only bad thing is that the game is super short. Still, longer than your ding-dong. Jokes aside, for you to beat it, it will take less than 4 hours. Although by reading comments on Steam I saw guys who have from 10 to 40 hours of gameplay on record, meaning that the game, at least for some of us, has great replayability. Dune Spice Wars. At the beginning I was really surprised how light this game is. It only requires 4 GB of free space. What is this witchery? And because of that, Dune Spice Wars works incredibly smoothly. Loading times are almost non-existent, and the game itself launches very fast as well, a few seconds and you are in the main menu. I honestly can say that I am not used to this. The game itself looks like a casual 4X title, like Civilization, but it's not. It's a mix of 4X and real-time strategy. You start with your main base and then you have to expand. To do that, you need to explore surrounding areas with your ornithopter and find some resources. I mean areas rich in spice, having which is really nice. It rhymes because spice here is money, and money is nice, that always rhymes. Roses are red, violets are blue, money is nice. See? Anyway, I can recommend the game, I really liked it. Red Dead Redemption 2. Here you are, an outlaw on the run, with federal agents and the best bounty hunters in the nation massing on your heels. You and your gang must rob, steal and fight your way across the heartland of America in order to survive. Well, the main story is all about that, but honestly all you will do here is free ride your horse all over the map, do casual quests for the NPCs you encounter, and will be occasionally killed by a bear. There is an urban myth that if you stay completely still in the game, the bear will leave you alone. I never tested that, I usually panic, shoot the bear to the leg or a butt, and, then I die. This game is serious, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's full of really funny unexpected events and situations. On the other hand, the story is decent and some of your actions have serious consequences. Like, shooting a bear to a butt will have consequences of your death. Main story will take about 50 hours from your boring life, and all the online content can take 10 times more. Those are the same creators as of GTA games. They really know how to pin your attention for a long time, so be sure you have it. Cloudpunk. Here you will play as a person named Rania. This is your first night working for Cloudpunk, a semi-legal delivery company based in the sprawling city of Nivalis. You go everywhere, from the marrow below to the spires that pierce the grey clouds high above. No delivery job is too dangerous and no one is faster than a Cloudpunk driver. You never ask what's in the package you are delivering, but, one day everything went south and suddenly you will have to unravel mysteries in a world of corporate conspiracy, hackers and rogue AI. Great original game. Cyberpunk 2077. This is undoubtedly one of the greatest single-player RPG games ever made. It had a rough start, but that is in the past and I can finally skip talking about it. Here you'll dive into an adventure in a sprawling megalopolis of Night City. You will have to take on the role of a cyberpunk mercenary who has to do everything and a bit more to survive. The game has one of the coolest single-player campaigns and is a must-play for every gamer. Although remember that this is an RPG and also a first-person shooter, so the logic does not always work. You know, the same bullet does more damage when you have more experience. That makes no sense, but hey, it's a game. Just like in Fallout or GTA games, you will take on random jobs, build a reputation and unlock various upgrades. The relationships you forge and the choices you make will shape the story and the world around you. The game is massive and it has Keanu Reeves in it, so in general this is a wet dream of anyone who likes single-player RPG games, but it also has some really annoying flaws as well. Despite being set in a GTA-like world, here you cannot fly. I see a lot of comments that say something like,
"Whatever, I don't need to fly."
yeah, but I do. That is a real downgrade and annoys me very much. Anyway, the campaign is more than awesome, 11 cold beers out of 10. Train Valley 2. A lot of people like trains, and a lot of people like boobs, but sadly this time it's a game about trains, not the other things, although equally fun and entertaining.
No.
Well, you're probably right. So, as you can probably guess, Train Valley 2 is a train tycoon puzzle game. Here will take your railroad company from the days of the Industrial Revolution and into the future, meeting the needs of the valley's cities and industries. Build the railroads, upgrade your locomotives, and keep everything on schedule without delays or accidents. Well, we all know that you probably want to avoid some derailments. Also, people on Steam are saying that the game is quite challenging at higher levels. Honestly, that is a perspective of your IQ. Be sure you have it. Maneater. Have you ever wanted to become a shark? To swim in the endless ocean until you get eaten by a bigger shark or a killer whale? Well, honestly, being a shark kinda sucks. I wish I was a jellyfish instead. No brain, no worries, no anxiety, only never-ending fun. Yeah, I'm sure jellyfishes feel like that every day. Anyway, Maneater will let you experience the ultimate power fantasy as the apex predator of the seas. Become a giant shark and eat someone. By the way, Maneater is a single-player open-world action RPG. Yeah, you heard right, it's an RPG game. I can only guess that you weren't expecting that. You will start as a small shark pup tasked with surviving the harsh world while eating your way up the ecosystem. To do this, you will explore a large and varied open world, encounter diverse enemies and prey, both human and wildlife. Find the right resources and you can grow and evolve far beyond what nature intended. It's a game after all. This is fortunate because you can get revenge on all those filthy fishermen. For Triumph. This is a hybrid between Heroes of Might and Magic and traditional XCOM-centric games, meaning that you have a large world map where you can free roam and search for various treasures, and the battle map where all the action is happening, and there you can actually utilize your surroundings. Every tree or boulder is a potential weapon in battle, so here you will lead a band of heroes with different skill sets through a witty and funny fantasy plot. Yeah, the game doesn't take itself seriously, but that sometimes can be repulsive for more serious players. The game looks and feels like a cartoon, but the difficulty is not childish, believe you me. I played it on normal and it felt like a nightmare. Although if you are used to getting free games from Epic, check your library, you may already have it. Hogwarts Legacy. All in all, Hogwarts Legacy was one of the few games that actually survived the hype train and never crashed anywhere. The game has above 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and I would give the game 10 cold beers out of 10 without much thinking. The world is very detailed, quests are handcrafted and fun, magic truly feels like magic, and the world is really open. Although the map is shaped like a bow, very narrow and long, but that's maybe a thing of a lore. I don't know, I have never read the books, only seen the movies. Only thing that actually spoiled the game a bit was how soon I got the ability to fly. That absolutely crashed the exploration on foot part. Flying in Hogwarts is awesome, but I would have given this ability way later in the game. The variety of enemies also could be wider, but hey, it's a great game, you have all my recommendations. Monstrum. This game was one of the most entertaining things I ever played. It is a really scary experience, but also really fun. You will have to escape the ship of horrors by doing some tasks, like finding parts for the helicopter or building a raft. And these parts are all over this massive ship, so you will have to travel huge distances in order to collect them all. Fun part is that you are not alone. Somewhere in this ship lurks a terrible monster, so you get the point. This game is best enjoyed with friends, but I don't have co-op mode or anything like that in mind. Monstrum is a single-player experience. Just take turns trying to escape the ship. I guarantee that this game may become the pinnacle of your evening with buddies. Honestly, I never laughed so much playing horror games with my friends. UnderMine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the UnderMine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. UnderMine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Gordian Quest. In this card game, you will lead heroes on an adventure to save what's left of the fallen world and destroy the root of evil. This is an epic deck-building RPG inspired by old-school classics like Ultima and D&D, but as it is popular nowadays, it is using gaming concepts like roguelite and turn-based strategic combat. You will form parties of heroes whom you will have to lead and manage on difficult missions, help them forge bonds and discover new skills among them. You will also find a campaign mode and venture through 4 acts, also roguelite mode and 10 different heroes, each with their own unique class, skills and playstyle, also various difficulty levels and tons of loot. Art-wise, game is great as well, and it is an owner of a very positive review score on Steam. The Witcher 2, Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition. Everyone knows, and most of us have played the third Witcher, but just a few of us have tried previous parts. Well, I played all of them and I can share my quick insights about part 2. So if you are wondering, should you play Assassin of Kings, there is some major guidance for you. If you like the third Witcher because of the open world and fluid combat, you won't find anything similar here. The world is segmented, some areas are more open, some are straight linear and combat is way less satisfying, although it is decent enough to not make you rage all the time. It is an older game released at the same time as Skyrim, but just with a fraction of that budget. But if you like third Witcher because of the story, writing, humor and deeply developed characters, then yes, the second part can offer a similar experience. I would give the overall scenario 10 cold beers out of 10. I can absolutely recommend it. Also, the game has boobs in it. On Steam, Assassin of Kings has 90% of positive reviews, left by tens of thousands of people. Basically, this game was the moneymaker that helped CD Projekt create a much bigger third part, which is also heavily discounted. Ready or not? He will take the role of the commander of the SWAT. You will have to compose the team from a large roster of unique talents, give tactical orders, carefully plan and carry out various super dangerous missions. You are also obligated to look after your team's mental and physical health. Officers with unaddressed, deteriorating mental status may be unable to properly perform their duties or even feel compelled to quit the force. Incapacitated officers may be temporarily unavailable for missions with the tragic prospect of death leading to a permanent loss. So you are not just a leader, you are their mama as well. Also, you will have access to the best weapons and equipment, including many new acquisitions. However, customization isn't limited to the equipment you use. While performing remarkable actions alongside your team, you'll earn various stuff. The patches on your sleeves, the artwork for your skin, and potentially even the timepiece on your wrist. That Casio for €10 will bring the envy from other officers and earn you respect. Or not. Probably not, definitely not. People are saying that the game will make you proud of being American, even if in real life you are some terrorist living in a cave defeathering eagles and hating freedom. Time Warpers. This is a first-person action-adventure clicker. You may call it an incremental game. There is always a fun upgrade to look forward to, and the numbers keep getting bigger. You will collect gold, upgrade your weapons and teammates, and even join up with other players in the world as you defeat the enemies and get stronger. If you're wondering what this game is really about, you can play the previous title called The Time Warpers on Steam for free. People on Steam are saying that the game is very addicting, but also mindless, suitable very well for passing boring periods of your life.
So, you mean every minute I live, yeah?
Oh come on, get a hobby. Harry Potter, Quidditch Champions. I'll say bluntly, I wish this was just a DLC to a Hogwarts Legacy. It would expand the game greatly. Now it's just not that big of a deal, but nevertheless it may be a fun game for you to try. People are complaining about bad controls, but if you can play Rocket League and score, you'll be just fine. And if Rocket League was something you were struggling in, then think twice before getting the Quidditch game. And of course, a controller is a must. It's not the game for your keyboard and mouse. So here we'll set your team's map and difficulty and play alone or in teams of up to 3 in online co-op. You can also play in single player or test your skills in competitive online matches against other Quidditch teams. You can customize your character or play as one of the legendary ones from the books and movies. Bad thing is, the game wants you to be online even in single player.
Blasphemy!
Yeah, it's funny how that prevents not only the piracy but the sales as well. Although if that's not a problem for you and you like the lore and sports games, it looks like fun and the discount is nice. Isonzo. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. Game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. XCOM 2. What can I say, this is a legendary turn-based game, a franchise to which all similar games are compared. So here 20 years have passed since world leaders offered an unconditional surrender to alien forces. XCOM, the planet's last line of defense, was left decimated and scattered. Now the aliens rule Earth, building breathtaking cities that promise a brilliant future with lots of potato salad for humanity. But at the same time concealing a sinister agenda of putting pineapples in every food you like and eliminating all who dissent from their new order. All you have to do is to regain control of the Earth. It may sound easy, and it is, because you are awesome and aliens suck balls. Show them who's the boss. Just keep in mind that the game is addictive. I've seen guys with 4,000 hours of gameplay on record. That's half a year of gameplay. And if you include sleep and bathroom breaks, you get a whole year. That is crazy, be careful. BioShock Infinite. As the first 2 parts, this is an immersive first-person shooter sim with a wonderful single-player story. While the first and second BioShock games were set underwater, this time you go high into the sky, to the city among the clouds named Columbia. The year is 1912, and you have to rescue a mysterious girl or die trying. Well, knowing you, the latter option is more likely. Oh, come on, I'm kidding, you are great, never doubt that. Now subscribe. Anyway, the Flying City is a beautiful and vibrant world that holds a very dark secret. Here you can rip apart time and space to shape the battlefield and turn the tide in combat by pulling weapons, turrets and other resources out of thin air, throw explosive fireballs, shoot lightning and release murders of crows. Game has more than 90% of positive reviews and is a real gem every first-person shooter lover should play.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time, bye. And also subscribe. Yeah.